What is going on, Herd? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning into the video. Today we're going to be returning back to the Does It Drift video series where we purchase vehicles in-game, build them up to drift specs, see if they have the ability to be drift cars. And I know what you're thinking. Black Sheep's lost it. He doesn't even know that this is an electric car. This is one of those suggested vehicles for the Does It Drift series that's like, you kind of laugh about it. No, at least I did in the beginning, and this was years back when I first heard about it. We gotta feature this thing. We gotta talk about it. Let's get right to it, right? Let's not waste any time. I do want to raise awareness, of course, that Drift Month here in April is, of course, ending very quickly within the next 4 or 5 days. Depending on when this video comes out, Drift Month will be gone. However, we have accomplished a lot this month. We've really pushed forward, and I have kind of set a new regiment for myself on Black Sheep TV. We've gotten a lot of great response out there in the community, a lot of people coming out and showing their support. I've held 4 events this month. I went out to 3 other events. I held 5 or 6 private sessions, mostly all Hoonstars related. We set up the Hoonstars. We've done a lot this month. I was looking for the transmission. Of course, there's no transmission. Turbo. Got a turbo still. Suspension, everyone asks me about suspension. I usually run street suspension or sports suspension, just somewhere right in the middle. Some vehicles are a little bit different. Some people say there's no difference at all. So it just kind of comes down to the point where mess around with it a little bit. See if you notice any difference. If you do, then figure out what suits you best. Wheel type, we'll stick with the true tried and tested SUVs. We can do the chromes for free. I forget how I did that. Them bad boys. I think I'm going to leave the green. I don't even have the lime green unlocked because I haven't done all the stunt jumps. Armor, no brakes. Engine, we already did that while I was chatting away. Exhaust, why do we have exhaust on an electric vehicle? Funny enough, how did I not notice that there was exhaust on this when I drove it around for that short period of time as well? I don't like it. Not paying for it either. Explosives, no explosives. Nope. Hood. I'm not going to put anything on there. I'm not going to be the victim of the old layering theory, the stacking theory, whatever you're calling it out there. Plate, leaving alone. Respray, I'm going to keep it the green. I don't have the green unlocks. Didn't do the stunt jump, so we're going to keep it the green. Roof. Painted roof. I think we're going to go with the carbon roof. I think we're going to do it. Spoiler, can't do the spoiler, adding in that little bit of traction. Suspension, I'm going to go with the street suspension, lever there. Turbo, we already did that. Wheels, we did that. Windows, we did that. That's our whole build. That's all we can do with this thing. So I know where your mind's thinking, does this thing stance? How does this thing drift? If it doesn't, does it speed boost? All that good stuff. And well, here's the reality, guys. We have a lot to answer about this thing. Bringing her down to the Ebisu school course. So first off, get right down to it. Does it stance? And, well, the funny thing is, it does stance. I just don't remember if it stances up straight up normal. We gotta remember to really investigate that. You wouldn't think that anything would be exploding or smoking because you don't really have anything underneath there. Other than battery banks, I guess. That'd be funny if you shoot the wheels and all of a sudden you couldn't drive it. Where are you going to go with no battery acid? All right, we are fully stanced up and we are good to go. No explosions, no nothing like that. We're going to spend a little bit of time here at the school course, kind of chat about this a little bit, and then we will go into free mode and do like some normal asphalt, that kind of thing. So here's the deal, guys, and it's actually the reason I'm testing this vehicle now. I want to bring up a point and see where you guys stand with this, what you think about this. And this technique that's used with this car, not this little single gear style, but more so where you would come in and throw the back end like this and then steer in, come back this way. I'm not hitting anything but just the accelerator and using the body momentum, the inertia basically of the vehicle to do the little bit of a drift. And of course, yeah, you do need a little bit more speed, but this car will do it very well. And then you can kind of just tap that handbrake and pull right out of it. I feel like this is the technique some people are using in the events in the Schwarzer. And is there anything wrong with it? I don't really think so, but they're using the upside down stunt track and then kind of linking in some of the longer lines with just hitting the accelerator and throwing the inertia drift or the body momentum into it. Also, the handbrake slide, like I just ripped there, you're seeing that a lot in the events as well, where people will, instead of like, say, we're coming through here, instead of manjiing this, they'll just straighten out, throw the handbrake slide, come through, and kind of link the line, come through here, maybe link that one because there's a corner, but then instead of manjiing this, they just speed up, throw the handbrake, get out of there, push it through, damn it, throw her into the wall, do what they got to do. Again, not trying to hate or bash on anybody here, single anybody out by any means. I'm just curious to hear, are you guys doing that? Is that how you link your lines out there? Very, very curious about that. The way I've always kind of viewed what drifting is in GTA at least is linking an entire track, not coming out of it. And if you have to manji or chukadori to get through it, I think that looks a lot better to me than straightening out and then power sliding in. Now here's the thing, I think the fun factor comes in for some people. They want to get that real long, nice slide and come through and power through, get this nice slide, and then, you know, speed right back up and hit it again. So really just kind of blabbing over here at this point in time. I think it's time we give this thing a grade. And does it drift? Yeah, it does drift. You've seen me drift it around. It drifts better than some of the vehicles. Well, probably half the vehicles we've tried in this series, unfortunately. So here's the deal. Oh, it's going to rain. We're going to bring you to another track. We'll catch up with you there. Definitely raining and storming here in free mode. So although I said we were going to do some free mode, I'm going to go back to the last thing I said. We're going to another track. Oh, would you look at that? It stopped raining right as I was setting her up. Good stuff. Let's call her in and let's get her a grade, shall we? If you guys are new to the Does It Drift series, we judge these vehicles on 3 separate aspects. First off being driftability, how does the car drift? Second off, efficiency, how efficient is the vehicle as a drift car in GTA Online? We got to kind of utilize a couple different exploits to really drift well without mods in GTA 5. So it comes down to how efficient is this vehicle as a drift car? Finally, is the cost on it? What are you paying for the performance that you're getting out of it? Starting it off with driftability, a very unique vehicle and odd. Hard to grade, honestly. No speed boost, so I gotta say that. However, there kind of is. There's like a single gear speed boost in there that's just hiding, and it allows you to link those corners just as fast as a Schwarzer would. I just don't know how to interpret it. I really like the handling line, oddly. That's the weird thing about it. I like it. Is it better than the GT? Is it better than 900R? No, it's not. But man, this is a very, very unique drift vehicle. If you have a pretty sophisticated drift garage here in GTA 5 Online and you don't have this thing, I would definitely add this thing into the corner. You need to have it. Driftability on this thing, again, I think I'm just going to have to pin a number on it and really kind of come up to why I'm pinning that number on it. I want to put it right in the average range of about 7, but it doesn't speed boost. It just got me at a loss, kind of. I'm going to have to go with a 6, and here's why. You can link the corners and whatnot, but you are going to have to utilize a different drift technique with this vehicle. You're going to end up linking some of those lines much different than you would with the speed boost. It is somewhat grippy, but it's very, very slippery, so it's a weird combination on that as well. It's kind of a... Is that smoking right there? What is smoking? You gotta be kidding me. Well, now I'm curious. Now that it's smoking, that's going to bring us into the next point. We gave it 6 on driftability. Efficiency as a drift vehicle. Well, we stanced it up here normally, and it does stance. And that's kind of the cool thing about it. It's one of those older vehicles. It's got a weird steering thing, too. I just kind of slowly steer it, and then I'm not on the steering wheel at all anymore, and it's locked. All I do is left, right, left, let go. Nope, it straightens out when you get out, though. Anyways, efficiency as a drift vehicle, you got to kind of test a few things here. We stanced it up. It is smoking, so I'm going to kind of... Oh. It's not driving anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are stuck. That'd be funny if you shoot the wheels and all of a sudden you couldn't drive it. We are glitched out here. Is it showing my vehicle on the map? Yes, it is. That's an odd one. That's a very odd one. That's got my brain thinking a little bit. Okay, well, let's return this back to the garage and get it back over here and see if we can stance it up. So my theory earlier was, would it be a little funny if you shot it and it just like, oh, we're not going anywhere. You leaked your battery acid. That's literally what I felt like happened right there. But it almost seemed like the vehicle was glitched, that weird steering glitch. I'm going to see if it does that steering glitch without it being that way. Let's try it out again here. Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't. So the car was glitched. Let's see if that is something that's going to be ongoing here. I'm going to go right back to the hubs, just like we did on the school course. I see fluid coming out of there. I seen it on the school course too, though. All right, are we smoking? No, we're not. Okay, so with a more careful stance, you will be able to get away with it. Now, let's test the other aspect of efficiency. How does it handle damage? You know, as a drift car, you got to kind of have a softer rear end, and unfortunately, some of the best drift cars in the game they got like glass for rear ends. The 900R, the Rapid GT is probably the worst. It's terrible. You just little drift tap on a wall, and all of a sudden you're hopping and skipping and jumping. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slam the front end, see how the camber gets affected. We're going to slam the rear end and see how the rear end handles the bouncing, this jumping, the skipping. Some vehicles don't bounce at all. Some of them handle the damage like champions, but others, you see a big difference in their performance off of this. So, of course, this is probably the extent of what you would do for damage as a drift car. However, in some of these events, a lot of people like to get the center punching going, where they're going right to the middle of your door. And it's, we know in the GTA drift community that we're a bit far off from realistic drifting here, but yet we still think that we can tandem realistically. And that's kind of an issue I'm trying to solve with the new judging system I've been working on the last week or two. I think we're really close to solving it and still having a good, entertaining tandem, 2x2 tandem or 1x1 tandem, but it's different. You can't grade things like you do in real life. Oh, I see the bounce, and it's not pretty. It's really bad, actually. Well, it's affecting it a little bit as like the handling and the consistency, but really not a ton. How's the front looking for camber? Not crazy, actually. Really straight wheels up front. The funny thing is you can engage this going faster too. So I mean, can I go really fast and engage it? To an extent, you can. It's very, very, man, just an odd car, isn't it? Efficiency on this thing, it does not handle damage very well, but it can still take the damage and drift okay. So I'm going to go right down the middle with this thing in average. I'm going to go with a 7, 6.5, 7. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of hopping and skipping and jumping coming from the center of the car here as well. Like, as it goes over bumps, it doesn't really like it. I'm going to have to go with the 6.5. I will go with the 6.5. So it's a 6.5. That's bringing us into cost. Cost itself is actually really affordable. It's a $100,000 car, and that's why I said earlier, if you don't have this thing in your drift garage, and you have a drift garage, you call yourself a drifter, you should probably have this thing. It's really, really interesting. Cost on this thing, I'm actually going to go pretty high on it. Since it's so unique, I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10. So a 6, a 6.5, and a 9 out of 10. That's a 21.5 out of 30. Not too bad, but still a little bit low in the sense of a heavy hitter here in GTA 5 Online doesn't drift. With that said, guys, if you do enjoy this channel and you enjoy the videos we're putting out, please subscribe if you have not and turn on those notifications. The notifications are definitely something you guys got to do. I know a lot of you guys are not getting notified when videos come out, and that's majorly why. So we'll be holding more events. We'll be doing new things all the time, so don't miss out on that by not having your notifications on. With that said, guys, Discord and Instagram as well, blacksheep.tv. That is a big deal. Discord, we will link that below. I appreciate the support we're getting on the channel. I definitely felt welcome back, guys. I will say that. Very, very humbled in pretty much every one of my events. Yeah, you guys are amazing out there. You guys literally, I think every YouTuber says that about their following, but literally, I'm going out there, I'm playing with you guys, and I'm meeting you guys, and kind of learning who you are and what you're about, and you guys are amazing. With that said, as always, I hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.